What's going on, everyone? Justin again. As always, thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Today I'm going to do the Harbor Freight 56-inch double bay toolbox tour for you guys. If you guys didn't see the recent service cart toolbox tour, I will put a link up here in the corner for you to watch. That being said, let's dive on into it and check it out. Booyah! All right, so stepping up to the top of it first. Yes, we have been using and abusing the Larin bench vise from Tractor Supply. It's held up great, worked great. We've used so many different things on here, done some welding, some grinding, some cutting, things like that. Absolutely love the vise so far. No problems with it. Got my charging station. It's more or less in the back. Got our vape on the charge. Got our ATF only little oil can, some brake cleaner, and in case for our next transmission job, some cooler clean. Up here at the top, I got this temp gun. So what I recently found out is, in fact, my temp gun is 20 degrees off of what it should be. Shame on you, Ryobi. You were good for a while. Not even a new battery did anything different. It's completely out of calibration, but what do you expect? I think I only paid like 20 bucks for it. Anyways, this is my inspection tablet. So I type in all the stuff from inspections. Craftsman, 224-piece mechanic set. I'll throw a card up here or over here for you to what we talked about. I'm bringing it back, man. I'm bringing Craftsman back from the dead. I'm gonna say that, okay? There are still some dislikes with the warranty and some of the other things that people don't like as far as the new craftsmanship. I gotta be honest, I much rather prefer the craftsmanship of the made in China stuff over some of the made in USA stuff. Let me tell you why. First off, here's my ratchet. Let's talk about this guy real quick. New designs, same square handle, better tooth. I think we are running now 72 teeth now is what we're running. Locking mechanism here for the detent ball to lock in the sockets. Smoother handle, doesn't have a raised area. If we come on over here to my boss's KRL series toolbox and we dig up his Craftsman half-inch ratchet, one of the things you're going to notice is you have the raised bar, square handle design, 32 tooth. So not the finest tooth in the entire world. Made in USA though. So for you guys that love USA, let's do a quick side-by-side. Which one do you think you would prefer? Same exact thing. Now look at the locking capability. This one's more recessed, giving you a much flatter head. This head is like twice as thick. The length, a little bit longer on the Made in USA, not by much though. And wasn't actually a very comfortable ratchet to begin with as far as I'm concerned. Our little Made in China guy here, same exact mechanism here, works, the switch works the same as you would think, but overall a nice smoother polish, better finish, softer grip handle. Overall, I think it's more comfortable. Sockets, sockets, sockets. Between the Made in USA Craftsman sockets that I've had in the past and the new ones, I really don't see a lot different outside of the way that they did their etching. As far as their wrenches, oh yeah, there's a difference in the wrenches. I'll be the first to say that. But we're bringing them back, baby. We're bringing them back. Craftsman's going to be great again. I'm telling you. All right, so I got my AC gauge set there. We got our Jeepers Creepers pad for the 6.0 up there. We're doing some work right now on something here in the shop. We need a precision screwdrivers for, so that's why they're out and about. We got the UV light, world's brightest UV light in the world. If I can find the video, I'll put a card up here for you, but we already talked about that. Yellow glasses for obvious reasons, and my little monster speaker. First drawer right here. Okay. This is what I got going on. Little test light here, little Chrysler electrical connector action going on. Got my Snap-on DVOM, the Steelman terminal disconnect set, some bit drivers with the cobalt magnetic strip holder. I got the the SAE Huskies right here towards the top. We got the half-inch Cornwell shallow, half-inch Cornwell deep. Those are in the chrome. Back here I got SAE Husky shallow, SAE Husky deep, and that's in the 3/8 SAE. Over here, just the metric deep, and this is the 12 point specifically for, like I said, the 4-liter cylinder head bolts. Then I got my oddball sockets for spark plugs, my spark plug sockets. This one was kind of neat. This was a power torque as well. Picked that up at O'Reilly's. Came with a universal adapter. Actually loved that one. Oil pressure sensor socket from Snap-on, 1 1/16. some random Mac Allens, and some random Mac Torx bits. I got another little Craftsman universal joint here, and I believe this is some kind of, I don't know, made in Taiwan O2 sensor socket that I also picked up from O'Reilly's a while back. And then I got this Cornwell 9/16. I think that goes for the Subaru, if I'm not mistaken. And then I got this Titan extractor, this broken stud extractor, broken bolt extractor. This thing worked great for a long time. I'm not sure if I can get it warrantied out, but I did have a problem where I wasn't able to hold a bite on anything anymore, so it kind of rests back there in the back corner. I got some other little random tidbits, O-rings, plug-offs, weird lines, E-clips, some AC stuff, some heat shrink from the Harbor Freights, some more AC O-rings. My old 1/4-inch Cornwell set. The only one I took out of here that I needed the other day was the 15mm, and it's in the cart. And then I got the SAE Cornwell set. SAEs, these aren't worn out. The chrome ones and the metric are. And then I got my other little adapters here and this little gear wrench universal extension, which I believe is probably the last one that I actually have. Pocket screwdriver, soldering torch, butane, electrical tape, solder, battery, tool cleaner, liquid electrical tape, a little Blue Point grabby tool. That thing's kind of cool. Hood prop, stethoscope, Power Probe 3. Don't use it very often, but when I need it, it's there. It's pretty awesome. Another battery tool. Let's go ahead and go into the top right drawer, which is my junk drawer. Pretty much has a bunch of miscellaneous parts, some sensors, some nuts, some bolts, all still in their package, so that way we know where stuff is. Some turbo clamps, JB Weld, Quick Bond. This stuff is freaking awesome for broken plastic. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do a review on this at some point. This stuff is freaking awesome to have. Some other gaskets, some RTV, some seals that we didn't need, some vacuum lines that came off of old engines that we always run into situations where we need that stuff. Second right drawer, kind of like my boss and Mai's drawer. He's got his Mako timing light up here, and I've got my Craftsman timing light. I'm not lying, guys. I'm gonna bring Craftsman back, I'm telling you. But at any rate, picked that up on Amazon a few years back when I first arrived here at the independent shop because we needed it. Still kicks ass to this day. It's not digital, but it still kicks ass. This one is digital. This is a Mako digital one. All right, going on to the second drawer, not to the left. Kind of like my wrench drawer, if you will. Got some oversized stuff. Got some Allens here. Got my oil filter separator tool. This thing's freaking awesome. The 3-jaw claw. That's a Blue Point. These are the Sunex flare nut style crow's feet. Pretty awesome. I do have this other made in China or made in Taiwan distributor wrench that I picked up from O'Reilly's a while back. A couple of these weird little offset wrenches, 10mm and 13. Found those to be super handy on the Jeep 3.6 liter. Extraction wrenches, what can I say? Well, one, they work. Two, they don't work on everything. The only time that these things ever actually work is when a fastener is rounded off, whether it's a bolt or a nut. But trying to use them as an everyday wrench, no. They're a dust collector, man. They work, and you're glad you got them when you need them. But when you don't need them, it's a dust collector. That's what it is. Some oversized gear wrench here. I got this Mac brake bleed tool, 8mm, 10mm. Got 30, 32, 24, 27, 23, and then I got the 22 over there because I needed it the other day. I guess you guys are calling these tappet wrenches. They're just extra thin wrenches made by Husky. Look, they've held up pretty good. I've used the 12 a handful of times. I've used the 11/16 once or twice. I've used 13mm a couple times. I actually kind of like using them. I think I've even used the 14. You can see some light marring and scarring. They've held up, man. They actually work out really well. I was going to sell these and get rid of them. I decided to keep them at the last minute because I started to remember what the hell I even bought them for anyways, because I've been sitting at home collecting dust. There was a few Chrysler vehicles that the torque converter bolts were so freaking close to the oil pan, no other wrench would actually get on them. And then there were some body bolts or lower control arm bolts. Remember that it was just nice to have something long and fixed that I didn't have to worry about, and I could just jam it up there. So I'm actually going to keep those. I thought about getting rid of them. I'm actually going to keep them. There was a reason why I bought them to begin with. We're going that route today, and I'll show a little clip right now. All right, so before I head off to work here, look, I wanted to pick up this 5-piece SAE Jumbo Mechanics combination wrench set. I also picked up this new universal pivot style 180-degree ratchet, also from Craftsman. Not sure how I feel about the square handle without the soft grip, but you know, overall I think it's worth trying out. especially since the teeth in my Snap-on one are starting to slip, but pretty excited about that. Picking up the jumbo wrench set for some diesel lines, fuel lines, oil lines, like on the bulletproof stuff. But also when I was working on this Jeep, I didn't have an oil pressure sensor socket that actually fit over the sensor, so I actually borrowed one of Shane's 1 1/16 combination wrenches to get it off. So I was like, you know what, lots of reasons why I need to pick up at least my own SAE combination wrench set. So I did, and I went with Craftsman. And for 80 bucks, say what you will about the whole made in China wrenches that Craftsman has to offer, but I actually love these things, man. You know what I mean? Still love the handles, still love the design. I really just don't see how you can go wrong with some of their wrenches. I still have a complete wrench set at the house that I may or may not sell. I may end up keeping it, but overall, I'm pretty excited about putting those bad boys to the test. So yeah, man, I went to a medical appointment. I had to go down to Palm Desert, did that. I ran over to Lowe's. I got my In-N-Out burger on, but when I went to Lowe's, I wanted to pick up a jumbo wrench set for these diesel trucks that I run into. I always need an 1 1/16. I found situations where I need a 1 inch with some of the specialty tools that I have. So I'm just gonna pick it up and it'll be freaking good to go. So that's what I grabbed today. I grabbed this jumbo piece, Craftsman 1 inch, 1/16, 1/8, 1/4, and 1 5/16 jumbo wrench set. I think it adds a nice flair to the toolbox. Like I said, guys, I'm bringing them back, man. And then I got my Husky 1/4 inch pound torque wrench, which you guys I'm sure have seen it once upon a time ago. But let's just open it up and check it out. It actually holds up, man. I've used this a handful of times. When you need it, and it's great. This is the older style. I think they got a soft grip one now, but it's pretty phenomenal. I'd actually dig it. Sometimes I don't trust my digital Snap-on, so I always keep my Matco flex head. I did have this at the house for a while, but I ended up bringing it back to work because I just didn't trust the way something was torquing down. This also has a tech angle. I don't think that Snap-on copyrights that, okay? I understand it's a flex head. I call it a tech angle. You could call it whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm calling it a tech angle. Look, I like it. I think it's an awesome torque wrench. I brought it to work. So I've got two, but this is where I keep those two specifically. They're the click style torque wrenches. The Husky Allen's pretty nice, pretty handy little tool. It's got some teeth here. When you need them, you need them. When you don't need them, you don't need them. And it's always nice to have some backup, someone that you can just chop up into pieces and use and abuse. Going on to the third drawer now. Let's start over here to the right. Still kind of a measurement drawer. I got my files going on. I got the veneer calipers from the Harbor Freight. They still kick butt. Okay, Pittsburgh all the way, baby. Then I got these Fowler brake rotor measurement as well. Some little carbide bits from Mac Tools that I've had for many, many years now. A little spark gap checker from Matco. Thing's been awesome. I got a machinist file that I think I picked that up from the Cornwell rep. That's to check deflection on timing chains. And then I got some feeler gauges. I got the 45-degree style ones. I got the straight ones. And then I have this spark plug gap setter tool. That's also pretty awesome. Some back pin probes or tiny little needles. Those come in handy. A little acid brush because sometimes the old ones wear out. I love this style of analog thermometer. I absolutely love it. I'm getting old, man. I love them. This is big dog stuff. Not like those little tiny ones. I love having the big ones. Digital's nice, but I love the big analog. There's not really a big difference between them, and I've done a video on that. Fat Max tape measure. Always got to have some kind of tape measure handy. 5-pound magnet from Matco Tools. And these things are actually kind of nice to inject like PAG oil into the system, like a compressor before you go ahead and install it. And then I've got some cutoff wheels for my cutoff wheel when I need them. So that's always handy. Drawer over. Now this one is like specialty central, man. This has got all the special sockets, anywhere from triple squares to E-Torx, the Torx bit, the tamper Torx. I mean, you name it, we got it. This is actually a VIM set. Phenomenal set. Absolutely love this. Used that once, and I think I haven't used it since, but I love the idea that I've got an actual full set of VIMs. Now, these ones, I forget what they're called, rib bit socket sets. So JK Canvas actually hooked me up with these. These things are really unique and special, especially when it comes to BMW flywheel bolts and things like that. Snap-on impact screwdriver. These are all the Snap-on impact screwdriver bits, flatheads, Phillips, etc. Then I've got some brake tools, not a lot. This is for drums. I got the spoon. Everyone knows about the brake spoon. I got this little dealio thing for springs. And then most recently, a couple years back or so, I picked up this neat hot rod, also for springs. I'm still wanting to try that out like you wouldn't believe. The Monster Magnetic Spark Plug Socket Set, absolutely my go-to and favorite now. I barely even use the actual spark plug sockets themselves because now I don't have to put all these different extensions together to just drop it in and get it done, man. It pulls off nicer. The rubber boots on the regular ones, sometimes they'll stick or they'll stay on there and I gotta reach down there and grab it and everything else. It's a nightmare. These ones, little magnetic sleeves, work out great. Bloop, bloop, stab and pull, man, stab and pull. So, and then of course you guys have seen the Snap-on Digi-Torque wrench. You know, I don't need to show you guys that again. It's gonna be a really long video. So we got these are the extractor 1/4-inch sockets from Matco. I think we go from 5, 5.5, all the way up to 15. Those things are freaking awesome. Let's keep it going in order here. So this one is kind of like, you know, specialty. Also, this is like up the files, the long reach picks, got the brass brush, the nylon brush. We got the Schrader valve rethread tool, Schrader valve thread cleaning tool. We got the long carbide bits. We got this scraper that we got from Maxwell Peter, which has been freaking awesome. We got a belt checker, another little one of those pincher deals. I got my roofing knife for cutting stuff. I got trim tools. I got the 2 sockets that I need for high and low side pressure lines, because sometimes you can disconnect them and change them out. I got this oxygen sensor thread chaser. I haven't had to use it yet, but I'm glad that I have it in case I do. I got these plastic super fine trim tools, which are awesome. I've only used them a couple of times. They have come in handy, and I do keep them in their box. This is the spark plug chaser. Haven't had to use that, thank God. Okay, that's always a good plus, but it's nice to have. Belt stretch tool. Offered to let someone borrow it the other day. They already had one. Still going unused, but we have run into 2 stretch belt situations. Another tech already has this tool. We've been using his. I guess it's nice that we have one on backup. All right, next drawer. Did we go in here yet? No, this is my plier overflow drawer, and it is overflowing. So I got a couple of these band style swivel grippers. These are the ones I had kept at the house for the Chevy and everything, but most recently I brought them here. We had some on the wall that were kind of getting old and worn out. I got my Pelican pliers back there from Mac. These other ones are from Mac. The long reach hose, compression hose deal. You guys have seen this cable deal before. Pittsburgh ginormous crescent wrench or adjustable wrench. My Mac crescent wrench or adjustable wrench. Milwaukee needle nose vice grips. These things keep kicking butt. My brass drift punches. Don't know who makes this one. Bought it from O'Reilly's. Mayhew on the 2 smaller ones. Then I got some other channel locks or tongue and groove pliers there. This is another little pair of oddball square design Mac pliers that I picked up about 9 or 10 years back. Those things are phenomenal. Those are cable cutters that I also got from Mac held up. You guys have seen the Knipex showdown kind of deal that I did, or weird pliers from Knipex. I'll put a video clip up here or over here for you guys to check that video out. Still trying to gather my video feed to put in a solid review. I've only ever used, I think, 1 or 2 so far to date. And that would be these 2 right here. But so far, loving them. And then I got a couple of these. I don't know when I'd ever need them, but lately we've been building our bathroom here, so I left the Lyman pliers and flush cut nippers here in case we needed them for building the bathroom. Then I got these Monster long reach 45 90 degree locking pliers. This is a Pittsburgh favorite of mine, the mechanics wire twisting deal. I love that. That's a freaking awesome tool to have. Matco indexing pry bars. Brought those here to work. They've been collecting dust at the house. We've been using the bosses. I'm like, God dang, you know what? I'm just not doing enough projects at home anymore. I might as well bring this stuff to work and start getting some real use out of it. The oversized lady slipper or lady finger, put that in here. Got this nylon brush from the Toolheads crate box, which is pretty awesome. Matco spark plug boot puller. Then, of course, there's my other 2 hose pinch-off pliers. The other 2 are in the cart. And then I got my Snap-on retaining ring pliers. These things are freaking awesome, especially for lower ball joints and transmission work. Got my Fat Max straight tin snips, my flush cut Snap-on dikes, and then, of course, the exhaust cutter made by Gear Wrench that we got from Astral Auto Repairs, aka Timmy. And then in here I got my Cornwell snap ring pliers set, which you guys have seen. And again, if you haven't, I'll try to put a card up here or over here. You guys really got to start watching some of the old content. Last but not least, this Honda tool here. I believe this is a 10 or 12 millimeter with a flat head. I'm missing the other one. I'll probably get it in time. Not worried about it today. All right. This drawer was going to be a motorcycle helmet and gear drawer, but I haven't been riding it. I've got problems with it. I got to get it looked at. But I got our Master Cool snipper tool here. I've got the Fowler magnetic dial indicator. I got our Matco hole saw kit here. Got the Monster rivet gun and this Drill Master heat gun from Harbor Freight. Fucking awesome. Love having that thing, okay? I know a lot of people talk a lot of crap about Drill Master. I'm saying they're freaking good to go for me. All right, the big dog drawer. I'm not going to go through everything, man. We're already running about 20 minutes deep, I can tell. Maybe even longer. But I do have some specialty stuff in here we'll just cover real quick. Got the power steering pulley adapter set there. Got some extractors. This is for like internally stripped stuff, so you guys can see those. Yeah, man, drill it out, pull it out. The other ones are going to be more for like nuts and bolts that you can actually get to that just have a rounded off head. These things are pretty awesome. Love having those. The tool underneath in the gray case, that's the cooling fan pneumatic pulley tool. You use air hammer in conjunction with this tool. It's amazing, trust me. For the Cummins, got the barring tool, help rotate the engine over. This is a universal alignment tool. I actually picked this up from CarQuest well before they closed. Handful of years back, love having it. Made by Liesel or Lyle or whatever you want to call them. This is the 6.0 lift bracket. That thing's freaking awesome. Some Cornwall metric extractors. This is some Blue Point lug nut extractors. There's an Irwin extractor set. Lots of extractors, guys. I'm telling you, you're going to run into shit that you want to need to get removed. Extractor, extractor, extractor. VIM. These putty knives have been freaking awesome. Double flaring tool set. Still use it in the independent shop. Rethread kit. Always nice to have. Definitely a go-to favorite. If I had to decide between tap and die and rethread, I'd go rethread first before tap and die. That's just my 2 cents. Long reach harmonic balance pulley installer. Got the exhaust expander. That works out great for exhaust, especially on Chrysler vans. Blow gun with universal tips to help find leaks. Always nice to have. OEM harmonic balance pulley kit. Love it. Broke a few bolts. Got them replaced. Matco universal GM pulley. So that's got the 3-jaw claw. Thing's freaking awesome. Love having it, especially for Chrysler products. Master stud installer with rethread and dies. This thing's pretty freaking cool. Haven't had to use it yet, but it's kind of nice. They got the whole entire set there, so I got it just in case we needed it. 19-piece bushing driver kit. I use it for pilot bearings, but you can use it for other things too, I'm sure. Left-handed drill bits. Matco drill bits are actually currently in use right now, so that's why they're out and about, but I got the Turbo Max ones. Here is a seal remover for the transmission output shaft. You hook that into the output shaft seal, take a hammer to the backside, pat, 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 pull it right on out. Pitman arm puller made by Snap-on. Chains, because your boy's a freaking heavy line guru. Need to have my chain. Another 3-jaw claw deal right there. Hub puller right here. Then I got my fuel tool here. I picked that up, believe, off of Matco Tools. This one I actually got off of line. Ordered it off of Amazon, but that's for the nylon style fuel pumps. That one's for the 3-clamper deal. Love having it. Last but not least, this is my bottom drawer. I don't really use this drawer a lot. Everybody else does. It's phenomenal. Master fuel pressure test kit from Matco. 5-ton bearing puller or separator. Craftsman. Oh yeah, baby. Craftsman compression test cage kit. Had this thing for 10 years now. Still kicks ass. Never fails me. Love it. Got some tow hooks for towing vehicles around to the backyard. Honda Acura special tool. That's the long reach one. This is the CDI rolling torque wrench. 0 to 150 inch-pounds. Thing's freaking super awesome to have. That's the plastic rivet gun squeezer deal. I'm sure you guys have seen that once upon a time ago. I'm out of rivets. I need to buy more rivets. Oil pressure sensor socket set and oxygen pressure sensor socket set. That's the reason why I wrote that on there, because it's got both. This is the PPECT 3000. Helps you find shorts or opens in a circuit. Made by Power Probe. I haven't had to use it. I was hoping somebody in the shop would run into a situation where they needed to use it and wanted to show me how they freaking found it using this special tool. Haven't used it yet, but I'm glad that we got it for those hard and weird things. Lang leak down tester. gear wrench, oil pressure tester. Decided to keep this one here, take the Harbor Freight one home because this one goes up to a much higher rating, and so that means we can look at transmission pressure. Noid light kit made by Tool-Aid. You guys have seen that in the past. Freaking awesome. And then a Pittsburgh fuel pump, vacuum gauge set. And then, of course, in the back here, we got a Matco back pressure test kit. So those are all the freaking tools that I currently have and keep in this box. The newest, latest, and greatest tool that the shop picked up, my boss just picked up this set of chassis ears that we found online, if I can get it unhooked. This thing looks freaking cool. Got the chassis ears, the wires, plugins, the Velcro straps, and the stethoscope. Freaking awesome. I think we paid 80 or 100 bucks for that. It's pretty freaking cool. And then last but not least, all my magnetic trays and flashlight holder there on the side. All right, guys, so that'll pretty much wrap up my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this toolbox tour. I know it's been a while since we've done one. I never really did an official tour. I think we kind of just glanced about. I didn't really have everything set up the way that I wanted it set up, but I kept getting asked over and over and over to do a tour, so I did one in a rush, and I don't know, I like the way it came out for the most part, but I wasn't ready. Now that I've actually had this box for about, what, 4 months now, 5 months, something like that, been using it, abusing it, operating off of it. Got the new service cart, had that now for about, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Finally got it all set up the way I wanted to. I now feel comfortable doing the tour. So that's what I wanted to do today. I wanted to share with you guys both the Harbor Freight toolbox and the Matco service cart and actually give you a tool of where I'm at and how comfortable I am with both. So, love it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it down in the comments. That's all I got. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Deuces.